Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. In this one today, I'm going to be teaching you exactly how to pick a niche for your social media marketing agency. Now, just before we do that, if you are new around here, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss another upload. And let's get into the video. So in the social media marketing industry, there's this question that's thrown about everywhere. Should I pick a niche or should I not pick a niche? Now, obviously there are benefits for both equations, for both sides, but I also think there are a lot of benefits for niching down. You know, one of which being you can become a real expert at it, which then equates to higher retainers, more referrals. And if you become a real expert at one specific niche, you're going to be able to charge higher retainers because your results are simply going to be better. Now, Facebook ads is a platform, but from niche to niche and business to business, how you get results, the copy you write, the way you set up the ads is completely different. You know, you don't set up ads for an e-commerce business the same way that you set up ads for a real estate agent. It is two completely different industries, okay? So if you can really become an expert at one specific niche, say e-com, info products, real estate, financial investment, whatever it may be, if you really become an expert at one niche, you can charge higher prices. Now, that's not to say you should niche down. You know, it's not to say that you shouldn't niche down. I think if it's right for you and you follow these 3 steps today that I'm going to teach you, it may be something beneficial for your business and something for you to think about. So whenever you are picking an industry or a niche for your agency to focus on, it has to fit these 3 categories. So the first thing you need to make sure that your niche has is demand, okay? There's no point on earth niching down into a specific industry if there is no demand. Because if there's no demand, there can be no supply, meaning you cannot offer your services. So just be sure to check that there are people who are looking for help or could benefit from help for social media marketing services, and they're also in need of it. Because at the end of the day, as much as you may want to narrow down into, are there enough e-commerce dog stores on the planet for me to do enough outreach, to get enough interest, to close enough clients, to get referrals, etc., etc. Okay? And this is by far the most important, by the way, and I'm pretty sure most of the niches that you're thinking about jumping into probably have enough demand. All of the ones you've probably heard of: gyms, restaurants, nightclubs, chiropractors, dentists, real estate, e-commerce, info product businesses, all of those have enough demand. And that's not saying that you can't go more specific. I'm just saying if you do decide to go even more specific, make sure there is demand. So the second piece of criteria you have to take into consideration is, are you good at it and do you enjoy it? So think about it. There may be so much demand for social media marketing services in the real estate industry, and there is, by the way, but you have to weigh up. Hang on, there may be loads of demand, but am I actually good at getting results? If you've never run a real estate ad in your life for a real estate client, why on earth would you niche down into it? You need to double check that A, you actually enjoy it. Think about it, if you hate running lead generation ads, but you love running ads optimized for purchase, retargeting ads for e-commerce stores, maybe you shouldn't be niching down into real estate just because there is demand. And that is why I said, when you niche down, it has to follow all 3 of these criteria, okay? So you have to weigh up, are you good at it? Are you good at getting results for that business? Do you understand that industry? Do you know what you need to do? And if the answer is yes, great, it fits that criteria. And if not, then you probably shouldn't go niching down into that industry. Now, saying that, that's not saying you can't learn. You can invest into programs, education, use Google, and learn how to become an expert in that industry. But you also have to weigh out with the other side of the equation, which is, do you actually enjoy it? Because I've noticed myself, when I enjoy what I do, I wake up in the morning with a spring in my step. I'm so happy, I'm running downstairs, I can't wait to check ads, I can't wait to see the results. But if you really hate real estate, if you hate info product businesses, if you hate e-commerce and running ads for e-commerce, do not niche down into it no matter how much demand there is, okay? So that is criteria number 2. Okay, so the third and final piece of criteria that your niche has to hit is that, can they afford your services? Think about it. You may love fitness. There may be demand for social media marketing services for personal trainers. You may be passionate about it. You may be good at getting results for gyms. Maybe you're in the industry yourself and you love it. Great, it fits all of the previous criteria. But if you go and try and work with a personal trainer that maybe isn't an influencer and doesn't have hundreds of thousands of followers, and maybe they're making $3,000 a month, you're really going to struggle to charge them a decent retainer. You're gonna hit a glass ceiling and they just can't afford to pay you, okay? So you just really have to be smart about this as well. Can they afford your services? So again, going a step further, let's look at something like an info product business. An average info product business, let's say they sell courses at $997, they have an ebook at $50, and they sell events at $2,000 a ticket. Now, besides processing fees, most of the time, that is pure profit. So if you charged $5K and help them get 10 sales a month on their event, 10 sales a month on their program, all of a sudden now you've made them a ton of money, right? And because you're making them so much money, you can charge a higher retainer and it would still be worth it to them. And obviously you're making way more money. Can you go ahead and charge $5,000 a month to a personal trainer that isn't an influencer? Most likely not, okay? Unless they're a really high-end personal trainer, you're really going to struggle to do that. So just do a bit of research into that niche and double check that there are people offering that service, and find out what the average retainer, what they can afford, what are their margins, what are the overheads involved. Again, look at something like a restaurant. Restaurants are great clients, but unless it's a big chain or a really high-end restaurant, you're going to be struggling to charge more than a couple grand a month, because yes, a lot of these restaurants may be making $50,000 a month in revenue. But by the time they pay for their food, by the time they pay for the rent on their building, they pay for their staff, the overheads are so high, the margins are small. By the time they pay your cost and ad cost, again, you have to weigh up how much can they afford. So the third and final piece of criteria is, can they afford your services? How big are the margins? And kind of what is that glass ceiling? You know, how much do you think you could possibly charge? Are you going to be limited because the max retainer you can ever have is really going to be $2,000 a month? You know, really, you want that to be a minimum of $5K. So whenever you're picking a niche, make sure they can also afford your services. Okay, so just to do a quick recap to cover the 3 pieces of criteria that your niche has to hit. Number 1, there needs to be demand for that service. Number 2, you need to be good at getting results for that industry, for that niche, and ideally you want to enjoy it as well. And number 3, they need to be able to afford your services. Okay, so hopefully this video helped you a ton if you are thinking about niching down in your agency. And obviously this is such a huge topic, and I am going to be releasing some more videos over the next coming weeks about the most profitable niches and what I think are the best niches for you to go into here in 2019. And obviously if you do have any questions, comment it down below in the video and I'll be sure to get back to you. And don't forget, as I've mentioned in my last few videos, the price of my Social Media Marketing Academy program is increasing at the end of this month. So be sure to enroll whilst you have the chance. The link to the sales page is going to be in the description down below. Go take a look at all of the testimonials, the incredible student success, the bonuses you're going to get, the curriculum, the extra resources. Go and check it out. I guarantee you won't regret it. So that's going to be linked in the description down below. Again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day. Take care.